Tired of everything on social media being a pitch. I feel like I'm just following like the QVC channel, but it's a human being. Like I don't want to be getting constantly fed manufactured and curated instances of life to make me buy something. I just want to see people.
Every so often, a new trend takes the internet by storm, promising that just one more thing will make you into the perfect version of yourself. Before the TikTok era, we had the glow up challenge, the don't judge me challenge, and now it's beauty maxing, looks maxing, etc. It doesn't stop at appearance, however. Now it's the perfect apartment, the perfect holiday, the perfect bag. Every aspect of your life has become something to optimize, something to make into an aesthetic, and something to consume. This pushes out the message that who you are right now isn't enough. Companies and platforms, with the help of influencers, rely on this incessant and primal need to continuously update ourselves in order to financially profit. Because the more inadequate you feel, the more likely you are to buy. But what if I told you that it's all by design? And your social media addiction is nothing but good business for them. So who exactly benefits when you feel inadequate and why? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. It'll help me a lot, and I hope you enjoy the video today. February 2004, Mark Zuckerberg unveiled his idea for Facebook, a media platform that focuses on socializing. And the idea is simple: connect with friends and family online, build a community, update them with what's going on in your life, etc. Fast forward to 2026, social media has become a place that isn't so much about keeping in touch with friends and family as much as it is now a consumer hub. It's become a marketplace where your attention is now the product, and keeping you hooked and keeping you buying and keeping you just insecure enough is the currency. But let's go back in time. After Facebook took off, you had a range of other platforms starting: Instagram, TikTok, Musical.ly, etc. For a while, each of these platforms felt like a digital extension of your real life. But soon after, the social side of social media began taking a backseat. Now it was a paradise of choice for advertisers, brands, companies, marketers. They realized in one small app lay billions of customers and hundreds of billions of pounds. Quickly, the backdrop began to change. Instead of swiping on your stories and seeing your friends, every so often an ad will pop up. And it was weird because it seemed to be exactly what you needed in that moment. And not long after that, your favorite creator became something semblant of a walking billboard.
If you go on my page and you see back-to-back sponsored posts, mind your business. All right, mind your business. I just saw a video where a girl said, "Oh, I'm sick of influencers doing ads. I'm sick of seeing influencer ads." Yeah, I'm sick of seeing me too, bitch. But hell, a bitch gotta eat. Like, what do you want me to do? Babes, it's Q4. All right, it's Christmas. This is the influencer Super Bowl. Creators will make more money November, December than they make the whole rest of the year. So just let us live. All right, like, can we breathe? Can we breathe? All you man are taking extra shifts at your job. So let me get a little something too. And I get it. You want real content. You want real content. You'll get your real content on or after January 1st. Until then, you can catch these ads, baby.
Pushing and selling to you a new product every week and claiming,
"Run, you're not loud."
This is because they'd figured something out. They could sell you tailored products and, better yet, an identity. They could also manufacture your desires to keep you hooked on the platform. And once they had achieved that, they would have your attention forever. The business model of platforms is simple. Advertisers buy your attention, and your attention is then sold. And so lies the idea of the attention economy. Our attention is more than ever an economic resource. Monetizing our attention is the goal, and the implementation of psychological tactics is the best way to ensure that engagement remains at an all-time high. Recent research says, and I quote, "The greater the attention sees, the greater the capacity for generating advertising revenue." And this is because, effectively, the more emotionally engaged you are, the longer you stay on a platform, and the more data they collect and the more ads that can be served. The economist and psychologist Herbert Simon famously theorized this concept, stating, "In an information-rich world, a wealth of data creates poverty of attention, a multi-trillion business model. The thing about human attention is that it is a scarce resource. So they have to act in such a way that they can take as much of your focus as possible and sell it to the highest bidder." Now, different platforms compete with your attention for a set amount of hours in a day. But if a company can take your usage from 20 minutes to 1 hour a day, they have dramatically increased their potential earning revenue. And advertising capacity can also increase dramatically. There are multiple ways in which to maximize your attention, and one of them is keeping you just miserable and insecure enough to believe that the next purchase is going to change my life. Traditional advertising looked like TV adverts, billboards, magazines. It was very easy to spot and recognize that something is being sold to you. But in came the influencer. Advertising now comes from a person you parasocially trust. It starts to feel less like an advertisement and almost like a friend giving you advice. And this is why influencer marketing is a £1 billion machine that has reached levels that frankly have never been reached before. But you have to remember that they are financially incentivized to keep you watching and buying via affiliate links, brand deals, sponsorships, etc. And when you see a person you follow or somebody that has something that you want and they are telling you that you just need to get this and you will look like this or you will have this, this is the perfect example of aspirational advertising. Now, this doesn't mean that every influencer is disingenuous and every recommendation that they give you is manipulative, but good intentions don't get rid of the underlying motives behind the influencer machine. It's obviously unfair to blame influencers in their entirety. They're just responding to an ecosystem, an industry that rewards participation, attention, consumption. For influencers, that influence is a full-time job, sponsorships, brand deals, affiliate links, all these things rely on our engagement, and the more engagement they're given, the more revenue they have. Aspirational marketing is a marketing strategy that sells an idealized lifestyle rather than just a product. And it works by really tapping into the social comparison theory, and it shows consumers the desirability of groups they don't belong to. So how does this work? Number one, platforms have to maximize your algorithm to push aspirational advertisements. This is flooding your algorithm and your explore page with something that's just slightly better but not so far out of reach. And the subconscious suggestion that you need to update multiple areas of your life primes your brain to be dissatisfied. And the second part, in steps advertising with a solution. So the cycle begins. Insecurity, desire, consumption. You are never fully satisfied within yourself because you are always being shown something slightly better. This is one of the best ways to optimize engagement. I want you guys to never forget this. There is a whole machine that is actively working to ensure that you always want more. I want to emphasize aspirational advertising is not new. From the beginning of time with advertisement, we've always been sold an identity that you have to buy into. But when it's so accessible and every time you open your phone, you are told that you need to get this, you need to look like this, it becomes so much more exhausting, and in doing so, push to the front of your subconscious, increasing the amount of time and attention you give to such media. Let's talk identity consumption. I touched on it earlier a little bit, but there's a sweet spot in economics and psychology where you're no longer being sold a product, you're being sold a aesthetic, an identity. Think, for example, when old money was dominating social media a couple years ago. Ralph Lauren and other companies probably saw an increase in their sales, not because people are buying into a product, but the lifestyle behind it. We can also look at Lululemon and Aloe. These are active wear brands that sell an identity, not a product.
I spent £1,000 at Aloe. Let me show you what I got.
$1,000 Lululemon haul. If you guys know me, you guys know I'm a
People are not spending £100 on Lululemon or Aloe leggings because they like the leggings. They're buying into the social rewards and the perceived identity around it. Psychologists and sociologists have very well documented that we judge each other based on the possessions that we have and not who we are. When you open your phone and an identity is manufactured, you're no longer buying into the product, but what you believe you can get out of it. The financial incentives favor aspirational content because aspirational will always sell. If they can manufacture an identity and promise you social rewards like status, followers, likes, shares, then they can successfully get you to consume. Your algorithm is going to tell advertisers exactly what you want to be and exactly what you need to do to get there. And now your consumption habits are very much based on value system. Now, this might not seem as sinister, but the psychological fallout is also well documented. For example, recent reporting on the looks maxing craze found massive growth in appearance-focused content alongside concerns about anxiety, body dysmorphia, cosmetic procedures, and obsessive self-monitoring. A lot of these platforms and industries wouldn't be able to fully function if everybody woke up tomorrow and was a little bit more comfortable with themselves. Outside of using emotions and psychology to keep you hooked, platforms employ certain methods to ensure that you stay hooked on the app. For example, the infinite scroll that gets rid of any friction between scrolling, and different rewards like likes and shares that act on your brain reward system and actually mimic slot machines with their pop-ups, colors, and sounds. They also use notifications that literally pull you away from reality back into the app, and it promotes this habitual going back on your phone, checking who sent me this, has anyone replied to anything. And lastly, the most important, that deserves its own video, is the algorithmic feeds. Your algorithm is so carefully curated to ensure that you spend as much time as possible. This is because the For You page doesn't need to keep you miserable. It just needs to keep you slightly dissatisfied. Unfortunately, there is a hidden cost. Yes, social media platforms and companies and your favorite influencers are benefiting from our attention being captured. But on the flip side, society bears a lot of the costs, like poor mental health, people going into debt due to overconsumption, sleep is disrupted, people have shorter attention spans.
I came to the conclusion that I've become so accustomed to short form content that I have suppressed my ability to like watch anything past a certain amount. So it's like anything that passes like 30 seconds is cool, let's go on to the next one. And that's how my brain has been programmed so much to the things that I actually enjoy. I'm passing this.
This video was not to bash social media platforms and say they're the worst thing that have been invented, because there are some benefits, but I want us all to really strengthen our self-identity outside of what the platforms tell us, so that they can't catch you and it's not everything you're going to feel the need to buy into. Spend time with yourself, find who you are, and I promise you will feel 100 times better. Thank you guys for watching another video, and I'll see you in my next video.